Connery, thanks very much for joining us. Now, you actually got the disease early on. You recovered from it. Just talk us through the different stages and what they felt like.
Yeah, so this particular virus, it happens in different stages, as you said. You get better before you get worse. So in my case, the first stage was I had a cold. Just a common cold. My nose was stuffy. I had ear problems, sinus problems, that sort of thing. But then you get better before you get worse. So I was getting better, and that's when I got hit with the flu. Now, I've had the flu half a dozen times, and this was probably the worst I've felt with that. It really was quite bad. It wasn't life-threatening, but I did feel terrible. With the flu, I was stuck in bed. I had a headache. I just generally feeling unwell. I was getting better from the flu, and that's when I got hit with pneumonia. Now, the pneumonia, I've never had that before, so that was quite serious for me, and that's the point I went to hospital.
And when you had the pneumonia, just describe to us, and we've all heard the word, but none of us, or most of us, don't know what it feels like. What did that feel like to you?
Yeah, so pneumonia, it feels like you've only got 20% of your lungs working. You can't take a full breath like you need to. If you stand up and go and walk into the kitchen, you're out of breath because you just can't get that breath. It also sounds like you're breathing through a bag. Your breath is very crackly and croaky. It generally is not a fun thing at all, and it can be very, very serious.
And you're young and you look healthy, so that must have been a really scary thing.
Yeah, during that time it was. Just because I don't really drink, I don't smoke, and having that problem was very scary, just because breathing is vital to life. If you can't breathe, you can't live. And so having that being affected was quite a serious thing.
Finally, Connor, if we get to the same level of isolation that you're experiencing at the moment, what advice would you have?
Yeah, my advice would be to have a lot of things that will keep you entertained, take up a hobby, learn a language. I would also advise that people don't panic. Panic doesn't help anybody. If there is an isolation crisis where everybody has to be isolated, they shouldn't think about themselves, but think about other people. If you are infected, don't go out, don't infect other people, stay at home, not because it's uncomfortable, but to protect the people around you.
Have you done anything in the last month that you've always wanted to do but haven't found the time to do? Have you learned a language? Have you read a book that you haven't read before? Tell us.
Yeah, I've read a fair few books. I have a Kindle, which is really handy. I've painted. I've never been good at painting, but I'm slowly learning. I'm learning Russian at the moment, just in my free time. My days are busy. Even though I am isolated, it's definitely important to keep busy. So every morning for half an hour, I do sit-ups and push-ups, just to keep myself from going mental. I'm learning how to cook properly. I've never really cooked decent meals. Just anything that you can think of. Make sure that whatever you're doing, you're interested in it and you want to do it.
Connery, thank you very much for talking to us. Good luck.
Not a problem. Thank you.